Biden. Goddamn, the guy's been in fucking... He's been in Washington for almost 50 years. Voted for every single tax hike. Voted for every single war. Fucking voted for waterboarding. He voted for it all. He has done zero in 50 years to reduce climate change. He's given his son all this money so that he can, smoke crack. They bury hookers out in the middle of nowhere when they're not getting strippers pregnant and trying to falsify the evidence that it's actually his. When they're not covered up the fact that fucking Hunter shot at somebody and then hid the gun in a trash can. Even though he's a felon, he's not allowed to own a gun. Even though they cover all that shit up. Even though the Clinton death toll continues to rise on a daily basis. The fuck are you people voting for? God. Hey, fuck anybody who says you need to raise taxes if they have an accountant. If you say that we need to raise taxes on anything and you have an accountant, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking loser. I'll punch you in the fucking throat if I ever meet you.
Me too.
I think so poorly of them, and the reason why is because I just think you're dumb, okay? I think you're fucking dumb.
I would have been completely different because I'm sure that I'm on the spectrum and I feel no pity for anyone else. I would have been up on the stand like, yeah, no, I took the rifle there because these guys are fucking animals. They've shown a propensity towards violence for anybody trying to stop them from looting and from committing arson and from killing people. So I wanted to go there and I wanted to clean up their graffiti and show them that no, this is not the correct way to act. And if any of them fuck with me, I'm gonna fucking kill them. That's how I would have said it. And I'd be serving the rest of my life in jail.
The guy goes across state lines with an AR-15 with his mother and some other idiot in the car to defend himself against what? They're having a protest in another state, and he takes it upon himself to go there, and then he says it's self-defense. No, and that acting job of the crying, I can't even look at it.
Well, this is
that is one of the worst acting jobs I've ever seen.
Of course he doesn't have complete control. The kid went there to try to help. And the mainstream media, the Joy Reids of the world, fucking idiot, soulless, heartless fucking cunt. Her and Joy Behar, another fucking joyless. How the fuck does the left have two joys on their side and both of them are joyless, soulless, garbage people, fucking cunts? Whereas all of you bitching about it because you live in an office, you're like, I don't like driving home when it's dark. Bitch, we drive to work when it's dark. We drive home when it's dark. We sweat our butts off all day long to build an office for you to sit in and bitch about. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Driving with Jeepin' Ain't Easy. Now, if y'all notice, we are taking the canyon because it is 2:45 in the afternoon on a Saturday. So that means nobody's allowed to go anywhere. You just have to have fucking traffic. So we took the canyon, which obviously is in the exact same condition as the 91 freeway, jammed all the way back on a Saturday. Well, technically it's almost 4 o'clock if you don't count daylight savings. So the two big things that happened this week were daylight savings and Kyle Rittenhouse. So, I guess first thing we should talk about is daylight savings, because that's going to be the easiest thing. The reason that we set our clocks back an hour is because farmers and, like me, construction workers are most productive during daylight hours. So a lot of times, if the sun doesn't rise until 7, you're not allowed to start working until 7, which means you don't get off work until 4:30, which means all these government offices, all the dentist offices, everybody that close at 5, you don't get to go to them during the week. So, without taking off hours. And of course, we all know most farmers and construction workers don't make a whole lot of money, which reminds me, somebody stole my doggone company van with all my tools in it. So far, I've drawn up a list over $7,500 worth of tools that these animals stole. You know, so for the past 2 weeks, it's been 2 weeks since they stole my van. This has not been a very good month for me. Like, Dogecoin hasn't done anything this month. Shiba Inu hasn't done anything this month. I think they're both down like 10%. I'm down 10% on my cryptocurrencies. I lost my $7,500 of the tools that I know of so far. Not having a very good month. My tack pack that they sent me, I opened that last night. And I was going to do a video on that today. But I just didn't have it in me. I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. This month has been just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. Coming up on Thanksgiving. I can't even say the word Thanksgiving because I'm just like, at this point, what the... Well, and then, I think to myself, well, I got a lot to be thankful for, hey. Breathing air. What does Private Joker say from Full Metal Jacket?
The dead have been covered with lime. The dead know only one thing. It is better to be alive.
The only thing that the dead know is that it's better to be alive. So, hey, I got that going for me. Got air in my lungs, gas in my tank. So, there's that. Anyway, so daylight savings. There's a reason that we need to let the manual laborers who contribute to like 80 or 90% of our economy is through agriculture and construction. It's not as much as you people like to think it is. It's not you guys sitting in an office, 9 to 5. Every day you come in, the lights are on. Every day you go home, the lights are off, irregardless, I love that saying, irrespective and regardless of what time you come in, you get to turn on the artificial lighting, which depletes all your vitamin D, which is why you all have big-ass fat cortisol bellies, jiggly asses with... Okay, somebody's getting in trouble. Oh, fire truck. Y'all have jiggly asses with cellulite. You know what I'm talking about, all you fat ass. You know what I'm talking about. So, all of us that actually work for a living, that actually go out there, blood, sweat, tears, every single day, build shit, we would like to have that extra hour at the end of every day. And the reason is, Okay, so farmers, they have to work from dawn till dusk, but they also need time to be able to go to the bank to either draw out money to pay their folks, because not everybody has direct deposit, because they're not sitting in a fucking office. They don't have the time to go down, oh, let me spend 8 hours out of my day to get a bank account and show 15 different, copies of my, this is my birth certificate, my social security card, my driver's license, here's 3 last pay stubs to get a W-2. That's money that person is losing by not working. And a lot of these people are paid in cash, which actually helps everybody. Oh, they're dodging taxes. Well, yeah, they are. But it gives you cheaper produce. Do you want to pay $8 for a banana? Or would you rather that the guy that harvests the banana gets paid in cash, and it's like, hey, I'm going to give you, whatever it is that I give you, and under the table, cash, you're going to pick the bananas, and then everybody gets cheaper bananas. Everybody goes, oh, nobody's paying their fair share in taxes. Hey, fuck anybody who says you need to raise taxes if they have an accountant. If you say that we need to raise taxes on anything and you have an accountant, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking loser. I'll punch you in the fucking throat if I ever meet you.
Me too.
I think so poorly of them, and the reason why is because I just think you're dumb, okay? I think you're fucking dumb.
Because what you're saying is everybody else that can't afford an accountant needs to pay higher taxes.
Ain't that right, little fella?
He ain't lying.
You don't have to pass a bill to raise taxes. Just file a 1040 EZ, and whatever they take, they take. But no, you're like, oh, we should raise taxes, we should raise taxes, we should raise taxes on everybody but you. Because you go out and you get a fucking accountant, and then they're like, oh, did you realize that you could claim a tax exemption for diapers this year, but I don't have a kid? Does your sister have a kid? Yeah. Did you ever buy diapers for her? No. Did you ever buy diapers for her? Yes. Okay, good. You get a tax deduction. That's how this shit goes down. Trust me.
Fuck that. I keeps it real.
When I was making a shit ton of money, these are the things that my accountant used to say to me. Hey, did you ever do this? No. You're not hearing me. Did you ever do this year? Yes? Okay, did you do it more than 5 times? Yes? Okay, good. You get $1,000 back. And that's what all of these rich motherfuckers that are like, raise your taxes, talk about. So, anyway, I don't know how I got on taxes after daylight savings time. These things just kind of evolve or devolve, depending on your point of view. But anyway, so that's why we have daylight savings, is so that the people that actually work for a living have that extra hour at the end of every day to be able to go to the DMV, maybe get something taken care of during the week, or maybe go to a government office, maybe go to a bank, get something taken care of, because their day is determined by the sun and not by the clock. Whereas all of you bitching about it because you live in an office, you're like, I don't like driving home when it's dark. Bitch, we drive to work when it's dark. We drive home when it's dark. We sweat our butts off all day long to build an office for you to sit in and bitch about. Swear to God. Like, the evil part of me just wants to run to one of these fucking Google offices where all these people are like, oh, you can't say that. Just go and cut the refrigerant lines. And then when they call me out to fix them, just go, well, I don't know. I'm not going to fix them. You're going to have to deal with the heat and or the cold until you reinstate everybody that disagrees with your political opinions. Like Kyle Rittenhouse. These assholes keep calling him a white supremacist. He was fucking 17. His dad lives in Kenosha. One of his best friends that's dating his sister that he spends a lot of time with lives in Kenosha. He works in Kenosha. The fact that he lives with his mom, 15, 20 minutes away is completely irrelevant. He drove over there because his dad and one of his good friends, who's dating his sister, were worried because they were having BLM riots. And this supposed racist went over there and was cleaning up graffiti. Granted, like I said from the very beginning, he's a 17-year-old kid. He should not have had the rifle in the first place. But I understand. It's a scary spot. He's scrubbing off graffiti. Anybody from LA or the LA area, like me, I'm in Southern California, everybody knows. In Southern California, if you get caught scrubbing off graffiti, you get killed. If you get caught spray painting over graffiti, you get killed. If you get caught peeing on a wall that has somebody else's graffiti on it, you get killed. Gangs take that graffiti seriously. So he took the rifle in hopes that it would be enough of a deterrent that nobody would mess with him. They'd be like, yeah, your average, reasonable, rational person walking down the street is like, okay, that guy has a rifle. Maybe I don't want to upset him. Maybe I could just, let him go about his business and I'll go about my business and hopefully I won't get dead. That's what a rational person would think. But you got these three idiots, two of which got killed, one of which got shot in the arm, and even testified that, yeah, he only got shot in the arm because he was chasing this fucking white kid down with his gun drawn. When he had his hands up in the air, Kyle Rittenhouse didn't do anything to him. As soon as he leveled his gun to shoot Kyle Rittenhouse, Kyle pulled up his rifle and got the first shot off. Oh, and the one thing that the media loves to leave out, the two guys that Kyle Rittenhouse killed and the one guy that he shot were all white. So if Kyle Rittenhouse is a racist, he's the fucking worst racist since Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump created all these jobs for black Americans, decreased black unemployment rate, decreased black on black crimes. He did wonderful things for the black community. So Kyle Rittenhouse is the worst racist since Trump. Because Kyle Rittenhouse took his rifle there to kill black people and only killed 2 white guys and then wounded a 3rd white guy. So the first white guy that he killed was a child rapist, a fucking pedophile, a little 5'2" shithead.
You got shoot me. Shoot me. Bust on me. You got shoot me. Shoot me. Bust on me. You got shoot me. Shoot me. Bust on me.
He just kept saying it over and over and over. Then he's chasing Kyle Rittenhouse down while everybody else joins in. Pack mentality, mob mentality, if you will. And Kyle Rittenhouse turns around and trips over his own shoes because he's fucking 17. The kid doesn't even know, you know, he hasn't even got used to his shoe size yet, let alone his emotions. I mean, he's crying in court recounting all this.
I step towards the Duramax, and as I'm stepping forward, I believe his name is now Joshua Zeminski. He steps towards me with a pistol in his hand, and as I'm walking towards to put out the fire, I drop the fire extinguisher and I take a step back.
Okay. When you step back from Mr. Zeminski, what's your plan?
My plan is to get out of that situation and go back north down Sheridan Road to where the car source lot number 2 was.
And did you get back? Were you able to go in a northerly direction?
I wasn't.
Describe what happens.
Once I take that step back, I look over my shoulder, and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were there were 3 people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what That's what I run.
We're going to just take time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute, sir. We're going to take a break about 10 minutes, and please don't talk about the case during the break. Read, watch, or listen to any economy trial.
Case, the guy goes across state lines with an AR-15 with his mother and some other idiot in the car to defend himself against what? They're having a protest in another state, and he takes it upon himself to go there, you know, and then he says it's self-defense. No. And that acting job of the crying, I can't even look at it.
Well, this is
That is one of the worst acting jobs I've ever seen.
Of course he doesn't have complete control. The kid went there to try to help. And the mainstream media, the Joy Reids of the world, fucking idiot, soulless, heartless fucking cunt. Her and Joy Behar, another fucking joyless. How the fuck does the left have two joys on their side and both of them are joyless, soulless, garbage people, fucking cunts? Anyway, I don't use that word very often. When I do, I want it to mean something, and it does. These two are just absolute garbage people. So anyway, so the first pedophile grabs the barrel of his gun, tries to take it away from Rittenhouse, and that's when Rittenhouse pulls the trigger the first time. Here's like, this guy is telling me he's gonna kill me, telling me F you N-word, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna cut my heart out, whatever. Grabs the barrel of his gun to try to take it away from him. He pulls the trigger, kills a 5'2" bullshit pedophile. That's what the left media is sticking up for. They're sticking up for a pedophile. Why? Is it because everybody on the left is a pedophile? I don't know, but doesn't seem good. Now, the second guy that was chasing him on a skateboard, and ladies, if you ever get a chance to date a guy that rides a skateboard, you know, maybe upgrade to the 16-year-old who's got a car. This fucking asshole. Lane, you fucking retard. What the fuck are you doing? You know, come on, girls. You gotta raise your standards a little bit. So, anyway, the idiot with the skateboard runs up, smacks him in the head once. Does Kyle Rittenhouse shoot him? No! He's on the ground. He just, he's trying to get away from these people. Guy fucking bashes him in the head with a skateboard. Does Kyle Rittenhouse shoot him? No. So the guy bashes him in the head again with the skateboard. And then Kyle obviously realizes, holy fuck, if this guy fucking hits me, he might knock me unconscious, he might fucking kill me. So then Kyle Rittenhouse kills that guy. Now, the third guy who's been chasing him the entire time, if you're watching the video, he's the one that was like ahead of him and then kind of ran up to the side and like hid behind some cars and then waited for Kyle Rittenhouse to pass. And then started running up behind him with his pistol already drawn in his hand. That guy's the one who testified. His name is Gage something or other. I don't remember his name because he had fucking gauges in his ears. Little Antifa fuck. So that guy laid in wait. He did not have a permit for a concealed weapon, but he had a concealed weapon on him. They did not charge him with carrying a concealed weapon. The prosecutor kept saying, well, he only had a pistol and you had an AR-15. So when he pointed his pistol at you, why did you shoot him with an AR-15? That's not fair. And the defense objected, hey, Your Honor, he's holding a pistol, he's obviously a threat. In which case, Kyle Rittenhouse he was like, yeah, that guy's obviously a threat, he's got a pistol in front of him. But anyway, so the prosecution kept saying, well, he only had a pistol and you had an AR-15. More people, what is it, like 10 around, I don't know the numbers directly, I think it's 10 or 12,000 people a year are killed by pistols, and 400 a year, give or take, are killed by all rifles combined. Shotguns, 22s, 30-06s, 30-30 lever action, 303 British, 300 Savage, 300 Win Mags, muskets. All of these combined, every rifle that you could possibly imagine in the entire world, add up to about 400 deaths a year. Whereas pistols are like, honestly I don't remember, but it's right around the 8 to 10,000. You know what kills more people a year than AR-15s? Skateboards. More people die in skateboard accidents or from being hit by skateboards than die from AR-15s. You know what people die more of every year than AR-15s? Fists and feet. Like when Rittenhouse says, well, the one guy came up and he jump kicked me in the face, so I shot at him. He didn't hit that guy. The guy like that you see in the video that ran up and kicked him in the face with his shoe on, he didn't hit that guy. He didn't kill that guy. That guy got away. So everything that he was being attacked with that evening kills more people than AR-15s. He was more likely to die of being kicked to death, of being hit in the head with a blunt object, of being shot by a pistol. All of those things were more deadly than his AR-15. And for the life of me, I wish I was on that defense team just as an advisor of stats of how people die. COVID kills more people a year than AR-15s. The flu kills more people. Accidental drowning kills more people. More people die every year of slipping in the bathtub than die of AR-15s every year. So what are we gonna, what are we talking about here, folks? We abandoned bathtubs and kiddie pools, swimming pools, sinks, slip and slides. The fuck are we talking about? Anyway, so these two soulless, joyless, Joy Behar and fucking Joy Reid on the left, I can't believe anybody listens to them. How on earth can you watch this kid cry?
And there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what I...
And a fucking Lebronica James, that fucking bitch, he's cried on the basketball court fake. So he thinks every time somebody cries, it's fake. Fucking Lebronica. This is what a fucking crying and douchebag fucking baby looks like. This is what it looks like when you really cry.
There were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
guy has no fucking control over any of his facial muscles. He has no control of his breathing. The guy is having a full-on fucking panic attack, PTSD meltdown, recounting the time that he thought he was going to be killed. And he looks like he genuinely feels remorse for taking those lives.
The guy goes across state lines with an AR-15 with his mother and some other idiot in the car to defend himself against what? They're having a protest in another state, and he takes it upon himself to go there, you know, and then he says it's self-defense. No, and that acting job of the crying, I can't even look at it.
Well, this is the...
That is one of the worst acting jobs I've ever seen.
I would have been completely different because I'm sure that I'm on the spectrum and I feel no pity for anyone else. I would have been up on the stand like, yeah, no, I took the rifle there because these guys are fucking animals. They've shown a propensity towards violence for anybody trying to stop them from looting and from committing arson and from killing people. So I wanted to go there and I wanted to clean up their graffiti and show them that no, this is not the correct way to act. And if any of them fuck with me, I'm gonna fucking kill them. That's how I would have said it. And I'd be serving the rest of my life in jail. Because I would not have given two shits about killing any of those motherfuckers. All of those motherfuckers. You know, but I don't know. Like I was telling my favorite apprentice, he's like my right-hand man. You know, he knows I was in the Marine Corps, and, you know, over Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday that just passed. Thank you, everybody who served, especially you in the Marine Corps. Happy birthday, Semper Fi. I told him, it's like, there has to be something wrong with your brain to begin with when you're like, yeah, I'll sign up, I'll go over there, I'll kill people, you know. There has to be something wrong with your brain in the first place to think that way. So obviously my brain is wired a little bit differently than everybody else's. I still feel compassion though. I felt compassion for this little kid. I was like, in my first video, I was like, yeah, his pudgy little fucking ass should have stayed his ass at home. But, you know, I didn't know that his dad and his sister and one of his good buddies who's dating his sister were in that town, and that they were like, hey, you know, why don't you come out here, help us clean up, maybe prevent this from happening to our house. I didn't realize that was what was going on. So anyway, I've been watching the trial pretty closely. Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent. Anybody who tells you anything different is a fucking liar. You need to check what the fuck you're watching. If you believe that Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty, you're a fucking dupe. You are a dupe of the left. You are a fucking pawn. And you are why we got Joe Poopy Pants Biden. Goddamn, the guy's been in fucking... He's been in Washington for almost 50 years. Voted for every single tax hike. Voted for every single war. Fucking voted for waterboarding. He voted for it all. He has done zero in 50 years to reduce climate change. He's given his son all this money so that he can, you know, smoke crack. They bury hookers out in the middle of nowhere when they're not getting strippers pregnant and trying to falsify the evidence that it's actually his, when they're not covered up the fact that fucking Hunter shot at somebody and then hid the gun in a trash can. Even though he's a felon, he's not allowed to own a gun. Even though they cover all that shit up. Even though the Clinton death toll continues to rise on a daily basis. The fuck are you people voting for? God, hey, like I say online, I'm like, hey, you know what? Yeah, nothing changed under Trump. Other than my taxes got lower, my gas prices got lower, my groceries got lower. So if nothing is going to fundamentally change, I'll take the lower prices. Now, taxes are at an all-time high, gas at an all-time high, groceries are at an all-time high, inflation is at an all-time high, the stock market is fucking crashing. It's only been, what, 10 months? 10 months under Biden. We still got 3 years to go. Holy F-balls. Biden got more votes than any other president in history. But if you go to any of his videos on the White House YouTube page, he gets ratioed 12,000 dislikes to maybe 1,000 likes. So, anyway, been a couple weeks since I did Driving with Jeep It Ain't Easy, so all that's been building up over the last couple weeks. Anyway, I thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, you are a super stallion. Thank you all so much for watching. I will chat with you soon.